All right, I believe it now has us as live. We're just taking a second here for this to pass through. A few people are saying it's loading in right now, which is great. Cool. Okay, just real quick, everybody. Hey, how's the sound going? Or sound exclamation point? Not sure if meant what. I like that.
So are we good? What's going on?
Should be good. Just switching it now. Okay, cool. Now the game's up. So, what do we got going on today, Paul?
Oh, well, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stardock stream. It's Ray's shirking his duties as a host. Today we are doing another internal demo of this is the build from about 4 hours ago. So a little more stable than last week, hopefully. One of the major things we're doing in Beta 5 is getting the custom factions in. And that required us to kind of redesign the startup screen a little bit, as you can see here. And you can see that we now have this side list so that as you start adding races here, you can see I added this little Dogstar Friends race here. It's just mostly a copy of the Kryn. But we're gonna go ahead and make another one. So it's pretty nice. You go in here, you just kind of your first thing you do is pick your logo. So here we go. I'm gonna pick the Canadian logo. For some reason, we have that, and Duck Star, and the Ducks, and their call sign is the S. Their home world is, I don't know. You go here, you can pick this. There'll be more of these here. I'm going to have them start on Drengy, but their home world's going to be called Pond. And let's see, we love water. And you can go out here and you can actually customize their startup screen information. Then I'm going to go and pick their leader. And so here I've got, you can either pick a picture or a bink. We actually have a bunch of videos. Eventually we're going to have to try and support something non-bink standard so that players could put in modified actual animations. But for now, let's go ahead and do a picture. Let's see, does anybody here look ducky? Not really. Let's see. I guess maybe I should have named them first. Okay, let's do this guy. They evolved a long way since when they were ducks. And then you can change their background. And there's a bunch of static pictures. Or you can actually pick a video. Let's see. Everybody looks good with robots behind them. So, actually it doesn't look like it. Let's put it better lit. There we go. All right, and then you change your logo. I think that guy's actually got one here, yeah. All right, and then you go down here and you can say, all right, traits, and you actually could go through here. You're given 5 points. I guess by default we need to clear these, but okay. So I can go through here and pick 5 points of traits. So I want them to be. Ducks are very... What are ducks? Ducks are very agile. So, and agile essentially gives me... it makes me harder to hit. It's like a dodging thing. So that's cool. And then to go with that, I also want to say that ducks are brutal. Or actually, let's say ducks aren't brutal. They're gentle. So now I got 2 points back. So I can then go over here and say, but they're dense, which means they carry more stuff, which is great for building bigger ships. Ducks are notoriously fertile. I'm just making this stuff up. And they're influential. So now I've used up all my points. Then I can come down here and pick 2 traits. And here we have like engineers, ancient. So I'm going to say Ducks are unwavering. Colonies take twice as long to flip. And let's see. Ducks are wealthy because they start with, so that's cool. Then I can come down here, and I kind of showed this last week, but it was looking pretty bad. I can pick my UI color. And ducks love red for some reason. And I could pick my ship style. Or I could do this. Just randomize them until I see something I like. And change their appearance a little, make them shinier, change the subsurface. This is a really actually kind of fun to look at. You go down here and kind of see how the different patterns work on these ships. And then their personality, they're pragmatic. They love let's see, they're using the dredge detectory. And I can say save race. And now the duck people, Duck Star, are here with the Dog Star. So that's how you create a custom race. Now I actually want to play as Thalion so I can show off the new Thalion ships. But I wanted to make some races. We'll throw them into the map with us. So now when I go into opponents, the Dog Star friends and the Duck Star are here. So now I've got 10 more people. So this is why we need to support 100 players, because it's going to be really easy to populate your map, especially once people are trading factions. So anyways, let's get going. Do we have any questions?
So far, that's what I was trying to scan for early on. But now that we've got a lot of people in the chat, some new folks in here too. Just wanted to, as Paul mentioned, we should go back and reintroduce. Adam's out sick right now, so I'm running the host for today. I'm Ray, the producer on GalCiv, and then Paul's lead designer on the project. We had a bump in viewers here to let everybody know what's going on, and Paul just went through the custom factions real quick. There's a couple mentions of the RGB numbers, their favorite part.
Well, actually, right now we're not going to let you change the RGB numbers because we don't actually do. Everything is actually a gradient. What we're going to try and do is make sure that we have a zillion gradients, because that's how we get the ships to not look like in GalCiv 2. Things would look kind of flat because they didn't have true spectrum. They were just darker versions of the logo. So that was something we did. Here's a quick thing. I don't know if people are watching you might notice that this guy is actually now animated and kind of creepily staring at you. So so we're currently not planning on supporting that, but eventually we will let you customize the gradients. Anything else?
Right now, actually asking if, will custom races be usable in multiplayer?
Yes.
Okay.
They'll get sent across between the host to whoever starts the game. So I'm pretty sure I'll have to ask exactly how it works. But yes, they're supported. Off the top of my head, I'm not 100% certain exactly how. But so here is we've got some new Thalion ships. I'm really happy with the way these came out. These are really kind of sexy, which is weird because I was really worried because they're green and purple. But it turned out really nice. The materials are kind of beautiful, and they're really cleverly done. I like these interesting shapes we've got. I don't know if people can see this, but this little ball inside the survey ship is actually rotating slowly, which is kind of awesome.
Let's see. Will all the races use the same AI, or will they be different?
Well, actually, here, let me really quick. I'll just go back to the AI is controlled by the personality.
Okay.
All right. So you actually come in here and you adjust. You could pick like what ideology this race prefers. You could say this AI is this guy is very aggressive, or cruel, or scientific, or spiritual. And these will all affect how the AI reacts to things. And then over here, you put its priorities in. So this is very militaristic race. I move military to first, and maybe expansion to second, and let's see, diplomacy at the dead last. Growth. So this guy just grow, fortify, tech, wealth, influence. So that has just made this race behave completely different than any other race. So that is how we do this. So the AI actually adapts to these values. So in a way, every player will have its own AI. There is a finite combination, but between those and the actual race traits, you could get thousands of different combinations. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. And that's not even including modding. So with modding you could do crazy stuff. Anyway, so now I've got two. I apparently accidentally made 2,000. Anything else?
Let's see. With the there's talk of DirectX 12. If DirectX 12 would be supported, to support Windows 10 and the use of DirectX 12.
We're not really. We started this before DirectX 12 existed, so we're not really going to be using DirectX 12 as our, to get anything. At least not in the vanilla base. That doesn't mean eventually we won't kind of start capitalizing on it. We do try and keep GalCiv relatively low in the specs. I mean, right now the biggest requirement we have is memory. We don't really, like, older processors work fine, and even kind of crappy video cards work okay as long as you have enough memory. So, whereas DirectX 12, I mean, we have other projects that are very much hinge on DirectX 12, just not GalCiv.
There is a question too in the chat about will there be randomized button for custom races, just to kind of make them a little bit quicker?
We will actually have there's some random options in there, yes. But what you will be able to do when you go to opponents is, if you're crafting a race, we don't want to, it'll come in a little bit randomized, but we don't want you to just go in there and go random. But if you want opponents to play against, in the opponents list, you'll be able to say add 5 random races, and it'll just create 5 random races and throw them into the game. So yes, there will be a randomizing way. I don't necessarily, we're not going to have a create race to play as button, at least not currently.
Okay. Interesting. There's an interesting feature request actually for, can we have some sort of filter option for research trees, for the research tree, such as show only text that affects star bases or are food related or weapon related, etc.
Well, the tree itself is kind of that. Does he mean the list?
Mm-hmm.
This list?
Yeah, some kind of filter option basically. So I would guess it would have to come down to.
Because there is a filter here by just going here and selecting the farming branch.
Yeah.
We're not. We'll probably do a polish pass on the research screen. I'm trying to avoid one of the things that's a big challenge as a game, especially as a UI designer, which is one of the things I do, or started as doing and still do a lot of, is. Actually, let's grab one of these guys and move them out too. Is not letting your UI look like an application. So, like, the minute you start putting a lot of filters and stuff like that, you kind of your game kind of goes from being a game to being a spreadsheet. So, but I'm not opposed to it at all. It's just we have to find the right way to do it. I'm actually toying with the idea of actually having like some searchable tech tree, things like that.
Cool. The so now there's actually a pretty good question here about, will star bases, will they have the ability to move like a shipyard can?
No.
And if not, they're really curious why. Especially when they put, let's say they create an influence star base right in the middle of their base. Is there any better option than just destroying it and rebuilding it?
Currently, no. and there probably won't be in the base game. I toyed with the idea of having tugs, but the whole concept of a starbase is that it's like a planet. It's a strategic thing you place. You shouldn't invest a lot in a starbase that's in a bad location. You know, things like that. You don't build an influence starbase next to your home planet, and once that starbase has flipped, you know, whatever planets or whatever next to it, they're, you know, I mean, I understand what they want, but no, currently you will not be able to move.
Okay. All right. Huh. Any thoughts on being able to temporarily turn off a tile improvement on a planet in order to save the maintenance cost for the rare occasion when you might have money troubles?
No, but we are considering making it so rather than freezing spending when you go negative, actually having improvements shut down. That is something that I'm considering. I don't know if we'll go there because it's one of those things that could be very annoying if you're not ready for it.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Frost Elf in the chat asks, any chance that we'll have something like radars that inform you if enemy ships are are closing by on your planets, for example? So that's what it is, basically. Is there any kind of radar to detect that if anything's closing in on you?
Well, we already have Sentry, so you could just set a ship there and tell it to Sentry, and it'll ping you whenever somebody comes by.
Cool. Oh, and then there's the Larson X asks, will we be able to queue up techs?
You will be able to select techs further up the tree and then research toward them. But currently you will not be able to queue up techs.
Cool. Are there any strong negative effects for new colonies?
I guess I don't quite know what he's asking.
I guess what would be good to dive into is like when you make like a new, let's say bring in a new planet. Is there anything you want to be careful of that could hurt you that may not be obvious? When you're starting to branch out too early, maybe you got to watch your population, for example.
Oh yeah, you don't want to reduce. Yeah, the only real thing that you can do to screw your colony is get rid of the people.
Right.
Because the people are the core of all money and research and everything. So. Why isn't this letting me copy this guy? I don't want to waste him. Oh well, let's just kill him. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm bringing in the chat. There's some people mentioning the lag. I'm checking, make sure if it's on your end. Just refresh the browser always helps. Maybe close it and reopen it. That can help with that. Let's see.
This is kind of a big-ish battle. This is 64 dredging ships versus like 30 Thalian ships, but the Thalian ships have much higher tech, and so they're probably gonna win. Well, maybe not. I love these Thalian ships. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Where is my free cam? Oops, the shields are going off. Where is he? Look at this guy. Yeah. Anyways, anything else?
We pretty much hit up a lot of the questions that were in the chat, and then also the ones I had.
Somebody's not having a good day. Look at that.
Oh wow, that's a direct shot.
That's like 5 Doom Rays all at once. Or 4. Only 4 Doom Rays. Wow. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, actually, let's take a look at they've been reworking the beams. I'm actually pretty happy with how they're looking here. Let's see. You can see, unfortunately, that we're now to do, oh, there we go. They all have different kind of rates. See how the Doom Rays are much longer and last a while. And yeah, and essentially annihilate huge ships in a single bound. And then the lasers are little tiny pew-pews. Yeah, I'm very happy with the way the beams are coming.
Well, yeah, those beams looking really good so far.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat are actually mentioning that the beams are looking really nice, which is
Yeah.
good.
Goodbye, Drengen. That was a good. I should have got a screenshot of that. Oh, I might actually have to rewatch that one.
Are there any big features that you want to mention right now that are currently being implemented?
Actually, I have the diplomacy screen I could show off that I kind of showed last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not done, but it's a lot more done than it was last week when I showed it. This is fascinating by watching how these fighters get. There's still some weird movement going on. We're working on that. But I'm really happy. And we also started, it's not in yet, we also started working on per environment skyboxes. So soon we'll be able to have some neat, much more interesting skyboxes. Like if you're in a nebula, have it be a nebula. If you're in a gas cloud, have it be a gas cloud. If you're in an asteroid field, have it be an asteroid field. So that's going to be very exciting. Yeah, and I'll show the diplomacy screen once this massacre is over. Actually, what did it turn out? Did they win? I guess maybe numbers might be trumping high tech here. How's this guy doing? Oh, yeah, he's going down fast. Oh, victory. That's like this is why you research higher technologies. All right.
There's somebody in the chat asking if you had any more information on the Snathy super ability that you were discussing last time.
I do, but it's not anything that will be in the base game. Their super ability is going to be like, essentially they're going to, I don't know. Their super ability is any battle they win, they will be able to salvage a ship out of it. So they pick up one of your ships if they beat you. What was the other? Oh, also they're going to like have zero maintenance for ships because they essentially they're like super builders. I'm going to essentially give them crazy production bonuses and low maintenance. And but I will also, they're squirrels, so they'll have other problems. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's see what we got here. Oh, what the? Oh, man. These white lines are not supposed to be here. They weren't here.
Currently in development.
No, so I literally checked this right when Oh, this is something Colin's working on. I must have updated at the wrong time. Anyway, so this is the diplomacy screen. And if these giant white lines weren't in the way, you could see that here's the civilization power. So this is kind of like what you have out on the main map. Shows everybody in the map how powerful they are. Over here, it shows your race and where you currently are in the standings, and then how you rank in all kinds of subcategories. So here's population, economics. I can't believe these white lines. Military power, tech power, second. So like right now, the Terrans are fourth in population and sixth in economic power. And then you could go through here and click on anybody. So I want to click on the Duck Star people, who for some reason don't have an image, and they're seventh in power. So and then I guess the cross lines aren't in yet. But so if somebody's trading, they'll have little lines connecting them. And like you can see here that the Dredgen, I'm at war with the Dredgen, so they're out there at the end of the ring. As a matter of fact, if I go attack somebody else. Hello, everybody. And you can see there all of my other races, that I created are greeting me and saying hi and offering me a beer. Okay, let's see. Let's attack the Terrans. Oh, wait, am I the Terrans? No, yeah, let's go attack the Terrans. I think the hotkeys must be turned off. I mean, the must be unmapped. Anyways, do I have any? Oh! Holy poop. I have no idea why that happened.
Okay, yeah, let's go to some questions in the chat.
Well, I restart.
While we just restart the game real quick. There's actually some pretty simple questions about the campaign. Like, will we have one? Of course we'll have a campaign. Do you have any details on that by chance, Paul?
Well, we're working on it now. The details are, I mean, I can give you some. Essentially, what's going to be is it's going to be 3 maps broken into multiple objectives. And you will essentially start off as like a ragtag fugitive fleet of Terrans after Twilight, and you'll be rebuilding, and the goal is to help bring the Terran fleet back from the Pocket Universe. And you will do that in the middle, and then at the end, in the last map, you will go retake Earth, and there will be lots of big giant battles, some crazy special weapons that are only available in campaign, some ships that are only available in campaign, some minor races that are, well, kind of only available in campaign. So it's going to be pretty cool. It will also, the first map will also kind of serve as a tutorial. By the time you're done with the first map, you're going to be, it'll play almost like the real game, except for with more scripted events, and the victory conditions will all be set by the campaign. So you can't like just, oh, screw it, I'm going to research this Ascension Gate and win the campaign. You won't be able to do it. Anything else?
Somebody had just thrown me off. Somebody in the chat had mentioned, sorry I'm late, I'll do push-ups later. That seems good, Seems a good way to stay in shape and keep up to date what's going on with GalCiv 3, Let's see. Is there any news on late game tech? Death Star, for example. The
Terra Star is not going to be in the base game. There are other late game techs that are still not in yet, but mostly planet killers, a bunch of support modules, a couple more improvements, but no, we're not going to do Terra Stars in this version.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's a really good question about that too. And will there be like a neutral and good equivalent tech that doesn't destroy everything? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Well, there are neutral and good planet killers, believe it or not, which is, let me tell you what, a hard thing to come up with a good planet killer. But I have something that's dubiously good. But if you're trying to conquer a planet, how good are you? So that'll be in Beta 5, I'm pretty sure. I think it's working. I just need to flavorful it up.
Cool. That sounds like a good thing to them. Let's see. Actually, there's a question just kind of about scheduling and how we're looking for GalCiv 3, where kind of like what of our goals are in the next 6 months. And of course,
well, our goal is to have the game done.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was going to say.
6
well,
months, and I will be working on the first expansion by the end of the 6 months. I don't want to say a hard date because Adam's not here, and I don't know if the hard date has been announced, but we have a hard date that is imminent. I just said that we will be working on the next expansion by 6 months from now, so that is hopefully a good enough hint. And maybe it is out there. I think Brad might have mentioned it on the forums already.
Cool. More questions about queuing up techs. Let's see. Anything new going on here?
Oh, hey, let me show you. Here's a couple of little things. Let's see. I remodeled the queue a little bit. Oh, hey, we could look at these awesome things. I love this ship. I don't know what it is about this ship. It's like the Explorer. I feel like it's wasted on the Explorer. Let's see. I made some tweaks to the queue here. You will see that there's an up-down arrow, a copy. So you'll be able to select this. This is actually ironically not working right this second, but you can see it. You'll be able to select a constructor. If you want to make them another constructor, hit the copy button. It'll just add it to the bottom of the queue. This is update design. So say you've unlocked, the next, Sniper 4, and you have a bunch of Sniper 1s in the queue. You can select them and hit update, and it'll update them to Sniper 4. And then this is one that's kind of been missing since GalCiv 2 is we have repeat. So I want this starbase just to keep making constructors. I can hit repeat, and it essentially becomes like a planetary project. It'll put it at the bottom of the queue and just keep making them until you stop it. But if you add something else into the queue, that thing will jump ahead. So you can essentially say, I want whenever this starbase is not building something, make me constructors. So that'll be very helpful for the power users out there. Also did that to the. We didn't do the repeat or anything because it doesn't really make sense on planets. But I put the arrows in there. Oh, hey, look. Here we have some trade resources, which I haven't even thought to talk about. So I put the trade resources in. And the way the trade resources work is if you have a planet, any planet may come with some trade resources. And essentially what these are global bonuses to your empire. So you, like this one gives me 5% to shield strength. So my shields on all my ships in my entire empire are 5% stronger because I own this thing. This Helios ore increases my capacity on all my ships by 5% of all my ships everywhere in my empire, right? So these are very valuable. They're small bonuses, but they're global, and you can have multiple ones. So let's actually do a little test here. That is all. All right. Hopefully this won't. I don't know what caused that crash before. Okay, so I'm going to go to other planets here. Here's some more Helios ore. So now I've got a 10%. All my ships are now 10%. Here's a Techopod hive. This is actually lowers the maintenance of all my maintenance everywhere in my empire. I'm pretty sure just of ships. I guess I should make sure that is clear. Now and here's some snuggler colony. These actually will reduce. These will actually spread your influence because everybody wants to buy them. Anyway, so these are little things. And now the beauty of these, and here's harmony crystals, as we're in GalCiv 2, kind of. These essentially, now this essentially makes every one of my planets happier by one, right? So these are very powerful bonuses, and you can pick them up. And then also, they act like a improvement in some ways. Let's get back to one that I can actually build next to. Okay, yeah, so here's a harmony crystal. Oh, wait, here's some Helios ore. This gives a military bonus. So now it's actually acting like improvement. It's giving me a 2. It's like a tile boost. So now I've boosted my military improvement by 2 by building it next to this. Ooh, wow. This also gives military. So if I build this here, look at that, 4. So yeah, so these are kind of like improvements that you get for free. Now they're called trade resources because you can trade them. Surprise, surprise. Oh, I guess I need a universal translator. I don't want to wait for it. Anyways, so you can trade them for resources. So I can say, I'll give you a ship for my Techopod hive. And then you now get that bonus. And I don't. But if that planet gets taken or whatever, then the deal is broken. If I can say, give me 5 Illyrium for the snugglers, or I'll let you, I have a bunch of snuggler colonies because I just lucked out in the draw. I only really need, and my approval's already high. So I start selling off my snuggler colonies to other people. Here, let's talk to the, oh wait, we are the Thalian. Let's talk to, where's the Iconians? Are they dead? Are they not here? Let's talk to the crit. Let's see what we can, okay, so I can go here, and because I cheated, I have all the things, but yeah, I have a harmony crystal, so I can say, I'll give you 2 harmony crystals. So I've essentially trading him for 2, like 10% or 5% approval bonus for this ship. And he's like, a generous proposal. Yeah, I bet it is. Truly generous. And oh, he's got a Xantha, so I can now accept. And now he actually has my harmony crystals. So this essentially is one more way to build treaties, and those are technically treaties now between you and your races. Let's see. So we get back to diplomacy here. Oh, hey, look, the lines are gone. I wonder what that was all about. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm at war with the Yor. They're on the red here. Who else can I be at war with? How about these guys? Oh, let's declare war on the Dog Star on their home planet of Bark. Oh, but I can't because the hotkeys are not working. I'll just have to go over there the hard way. Or I could actually just declare war on them. Let's do that. Let's do this. Screw you, die. All right, we're at war. So now when I go back to diplomacy, see, I've got 3 people that I'm at war with. They're out in the red circle. The people I'm neutral are in the gray circle. If I had any alliances, they would be in the center with me in a green circle. I wonder if anybody likes me enough to where they'd actually give me an alliance. Anyways, so for another day. So anyway, so this is how we're doing diplomacy, and this screen actually will support up to 100 races. It's pretty cool. This will also be where you manage your UP relations and such. Anything else?
Very cool. Talking some talk about the trade resources. So trade resources can stack.
Yep.
Was the question? Okay.
Yep, they stack as many as you can get. So if you want to go around buying everybody's trade resources, you could get 100% to something. If you could get 20 of them.
Huh.
On a giant galaxy, that might be possible.
Oh, does the bonus from the Hyperion improvements now work on newly built ships?
I believe it was broken, and I'm pretty sure it was getting fixed. I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head whether it is working right now. It was half an XML bug, like I had it pointing to the wrong thing, and then once I fixed it, I found one other thing that was wrong. Man, I love these ships. Look at that. It was very cool. I'm not even sure which one that is. Is this rotating too? No.
Oh, there was questions too. Did you put in crew, like crew veterans or like heroes, that kind of thing for the?
That is something we are planning for the first expansion, and we've got commanders and agents are going to be one of the big focuses, where you actually start having crew members that you can transfer from ship to ship, and they'll gather experience, and it's going to be pretty cool. That's one of the reasons why we just didn't bother putting experience on ships, because I felt like it was kind of a half-assed version of what we want to do. And the truth is, people update their ships so fast, experience was largely uncapitalized on.
Okay. I think I saw this in the chat a couple times about how many players are you planning on supporting in a multiplayer game. That obviously comes into question if there'll be human players or if there'll be custom AIs.
In AIs, you'll be able to support, and programmers might get mad at me. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to support as many. Everybody's mad at me for some reason. It's because I keep declaring war on people. Oh, that was a weird. What was I saying? Yeah, no, AI characters for sure. I'm pretty sure you can support as many as you can carry. I mean, so up to 100. Somebody might be yelling at me right now, but I think the plan is that human players is the problem because of communication, of latency and things like that, and also because the game is turn-based, so you really can get bogged down if you're waiting for people. That was a short battle. We need to hide these ships or get rid of those ships. Sorry, I'm going to design mode. I think currently we support 4. I have no fundamental problem with more. It's really going to come down to testing and what is fun, and we don't want people to get in and start a game and then find out that they hate the game because the turns take too long, and so it's really a balancing issue. Hopefully that kind of answers the question.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, are the planetary invasions going to be a bit more interactive than they were in GalCiv 2?
A bit. they're not going to be full-on simulations. We're kind of more like the Battle Viewer. Each planet will have a resistance stat and a defense stat, and transport, and depending on how you invade and what your transport is equipped with, will determine your ability to counter the defense and resistance. So there is a little bit of strategy, but we try and keep it pretty simple, so that it doesn't get out of hand. I love those new beams. These mosquito-y looking ships are kind of awesome. I don't know why. It's like, I'm going to sting you.
Well, I think with the last couple minutes we have, one thing we should definitely focus on are the on the forums. I know for certain because I am on there all the time. With we'd seen quite a few performance issues. And that's one big thing we could discuss.
That's
is that
true. We have cut like a zillion gigs of memory out of the game.
I think that is the
No,
term.
it's not.
There were a lot of users though very curious about optimization and any if we were gonna have any performance tweaks and.
We did a big memory reduction pass over the last week or so. We cut literally gigs out of, especially off the immense map, because the immense map is just ridiculous. It's still, the immense map is still going to be pretty beefy on it. You're not going to be running an immense map on 2 gigs of memory, but you'll be able. But we cut a huge amount off. Now I will say we're going to end up doing more passes. We'll just keep doing these passes of performance each iteration as we move forward, because there's always more we can do. What we come out with on 5 is not going to be final, and what we come out with when the game is done will probably not be final. I'm sure we'll be able to optimize it even more in patches as we move forward. It's always a balance between, the coders are always mad. Well, not mad. They always point out it's a question between memory use and speed. Memory use and speed. If you keep everything in memory, everything goes a lot faster. But then everybody's running out of memory. So we have a lot of balancing, and we kind of have to draw that line of where are we willing to say, yes, the game takes a lot of X memory or B memory. And but it's coming along, and we'll keep optimizing it pretty much forever until 2023 we might be done.
And it seems like and to go back to help out, because I know a lot of people had specific questions. The RAM usage went down dramatically, actually. In the bigger map size, it's like the insane map was using around 6 gigs and has been turned down to about more like 3.5. So arguably about. We
cut everything down about, I think Jesse said 56%.
Yeah.
But like I said, insane is still insane. There's a reason why it's called insane.
There's a reason why.
There's a reason why it's called insane. It is literally 4 times larger than the largest map in GalCiv 2. And it's just nuts. Now, that said, we might find another way to cut another gig off of that. Now you get 1 million ships on that because it's an insane map. It might go up some more. But we do try and pre-allocate. That's one of the things we are trying to do. So hopefully once we've got it nailed down, we'll be able to give you very solid numbers on how things work.
Cool. Well, let's see. Oh, actually, there's a question about have the ship weapon ranges versus damage been adjusted to make missiles / kinetic more viable versus beams?
Well, actually, if anything, right now missiles might be overpowered. Because now missiles are the longest range. So, yes, they're always being adjusted. And they will be adjusted for quite some time until we're happy with it. Beams are actually... Kinetic is... What I'm trying to do with Kinetic is make them... Their range is kind of crappy, but they fire like twice as fast. They're like boom, 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 boom. So you need to design your ships around that. Now... What I need also to do is make the templates a little smarter. It's as these things change, sometimes people get used to a pattern of play that worked, and then all of a sudden it doesn't, and then they think it's broken. But mostly it's just that we're still in the balancing process, and we will be for a little while longer.
Okay, that's what that. Let's see.
Let's look at this.
Oh, and then there's questions about where will the AI actually make more well thought out trades, more fair judgment trades, such as to where it seems balanced. Because I know right now we need to make another pass on the AI trading.
Oh God, yeah. No, I mean the AI right now is when it comes to trading is using all programmer values. As a matter of fact, Alan is constantly yelling at me because I'm supposed to be adjusting all that stuff, and I will have done so by the beta, and then I'm sure I will have done so again by the next beta or release, whichever comes first. I love these ships.
There's some feedback about the thrusters actually being too big to use.
The thrusters being too big to use. Oh, yeah, that's a balancing issue that will work out. I don't want that might be the case. I actually don't remember off the top of my head. Let us see what they are talking about. Hey, where's the templates aren't in here. Hey, Brandon. So their mass is 3? Is that what they're complaining about? Well, that is pretty big.
Yeah.
That is pretty big. Yeah. The problem is what you really need to do. Here's the thing that a lot of people, I guess, aren't really realizing. I don't know if it's not really realizing, but a lot of these sizes can be optimized substantially by researching the miniaturization text as you go up. So we want them to be a little big at first and then get smaller as you research higher up in the tree. However, they might be too big right now. Yeah, they're probably too big right now. They're also kind of powerful, though. Like, if you put thrusters on a large ship and get it off into the battle faster, it can really change the whole balance of a battle substantially. Did I lose all my Drengen? I did. Hey, what happened? Oh, I guess those guys all asked me for peace. They're like, you are super, super powerful. Will you please not kill me? I guess the Drengen, however, are like, you've blown me up enough where I'm not asking. Also, I just realized the thumbnails are broken. And Sarah actually said, oh, by the way, you guys, the thumbnails are broken. And I forgot all about that. So... anything else?
Looks like the chat's doing a lot of connecting right now. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about. Basically, there's a big discussion in the chat right now about the thrusters, and which mass they start with, and
yeah, they're probably too high.
It's saying actually Gilmoy's mentioning in the chat. It's a great comment is that they start with mass 8, or that's what they're saying anyways.
Oh, they start with mass 8. Yeah, I have unlocked, so they're down to 3 now.
Yeah. So.
Well, they also, you got to remember that thrusters are. You don't really need thrusters on a tiny ship right away because the smaller the ship, the faster it accelerates. So you actually, they're meant to be a little bit of a luxury, but yeah, they're probably too big. Well, I'll give them a pass. I can't tell you how many things need a going over. So.
Well, cool though. Seems like we covered a lot of the questions, and we've actually pretty much hit our time for today. Let's see. Yep. Okay. You've defeated most of the Drengen, it appears?
I defeated all the Drengen I spawned. Oh, look at this. He built a starbase, immediately. I love this starbase, too. Oh, he's in a hurry. Look at that. Oh, and we apparently don't have the Thalian... we don't have the Thalian starbases in. Look at that. He's going. Unfortunately, he's building an Altarian ship. Wow. That was crazy. That was like instant starbase. You go, Mr. AI. Anyways, yeah, so a lot's going on. Really happy about the custom factions. I can't wait to see what people do about that. I know Derek is got... What's he building here? Fortress. Wow. That's what happens when you start soaking with everybody unlocked He's pretty much going to own everybody instantaneously. Has got some blog articles that he's doing about the modding support and the custom faction stuff. So check that out. Might answer some more questions other than, oh, I colonized all. No wonder I'm at 600,000. So, oh, there's the Iconian. Did we show the Iconian yet? I love this guy. He looks really cool too. Oh, I guess he doesn't want to talk to me because oh, it's because I'm soaking.
That's because. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So the Drenda didn't make it, and that's too bad.
Well, they won't. They'll be back.
They always do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that pretty much concludes for today. Thank you everybody for stopping by. The next stream for GalCiv will be next Friday, and that should be brought back by Adam. Should be back to do that. And then Paul will be here, of course. We'll be talking about some really cool stuff then. Obviously, a few more of the things that were shown today are pretty early on, but those will be cleaned up.
Yep.
But other than that, though, thank you again for stopping by today, and thank you for all the questions. Make sure to stop by next Friday and check out our Facebook and our YouTubes, and then also this video will be uploaded to YouTube after the fact, so you guys can check it out. I know there's a few people that might have lagged out, but thanks again for your time, everybody.
All right. See ya. See you next